Good evening, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Hot Toys Veteran. It's episode 17. Very exciting show tonight. But first, let me welcome my guest, special guest, my buddy, my pal, Dilo Ramirez. What's up, man? What's going on?
Dilo Ramirez? What? Okay. Sure. What up? What up, Fabio? Ramirez is like, huh? What? Okay.
Where'd that come from?
I'm just like, way to start off the show. I don't know what to say now. Thank you. We were like, come on, we're going to bring a lot of energy tonight, man. We're going to kill it. And then he does this shit to me every time.
And then I shut you down. I shut you down before
before I get started. Like, Ramirez, what?
Man, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. Let's get on with this shit, bro. You already fucked me up, bro. Come on.
Quit you off guard with that. Oh man. Let's see who's in the chat tonight. What's up, everybody? Bad Boy for Life, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. Tyria, what's going on? Thank you for being here, my friend. Bobby Ray. 1-6 Junkie in the house. Thank you for being here always, my friend. Thule, what's going on, my friend? Thank you all for being here tonight.
Thule.
Thule saying hello to D-Lo. 1-6 Junkie, what's going on? Yo, Thule. Guys, so very exciting show tonight. I'm sure you guys saw what was announced and what was attached to that announcement. So we're going to get right into it because I think that there's a lot of speculation, number one. There's a lot of possibilities, number two. And so it's going to be at least the first topic is going to be very, very exciting and very interesting to talk about. So here we go. That's first. Eddie, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. So that's what the first topic of the night is going to be. So we're going to start off with that. I personally saw a lot of complaints, to say the least. A lot of I'm not going to say negativity, but a lot of just not people very unhappy with another trooper, not only another trooper but another clone. It's just different color, a slightly different color, a different gloss to the paint. So I personally, don't care about this stuff anymore, meaning, Hot Toys is always going to do this no matter what. It's just easy money. We've talked about this for months and months and months. It's not something that they're going to just start now and, it's ever going to end. So I think we just got to get used to it. I think that it's part of either the hobby or Hot Toys in general. And the only way you can complain is by not buying them, Yeah,
there's really not much you can really do there, is there? I mean, no one was asking for this. I don't think anybody really, in all honesty, wants it, but maybe there's one guy out there, 2 or 3. I could be wrong. But at the end of the day, I mean, Hot Toys is going to Hot Toys at this point here. I mean, I feel bad for guys like, Mike, who Modoc there, who just, that's another blood vessel that's popped in his, his skull right there today. The poor guy. He deserves a break, but Hot Toys is going to Hot Toys on him. So, but I mean, listen, for me, it's a pass. It's a simple pass for me. And there's going to be that one guy, like I said, who wants this thing. But for me, what upsets me is just like they're not even trying to hide it anymore. And the first thing that drew my attention was not so much the figure. It's what they labeled the figure. Can anybody see the title here? 501st Legion Clone Trooper as seen in Obi-Wan Kenobi. The first thing I thought was those infomercials that you see like a product and then you go to a store and it says as seen on TV. That is insulting to me. That's the part that insults me. That's what grinds my gears right there. Like, you guys straight up didn't even want to call it a 2.0 or this, that, and you're just like, Seen on TV, Obi-Wan. Yeah, so buy it, pre-order now. That's the only thing that bothers me about this one here, man. But I mean, it looks good. I like that they've done some slight modifications to the bodies. They look a little bit bigger. But here's the thing. For me, I already have my 501st. I plan on getting more of the new 501st, alternative ones like the troopers with the vehicles and all that stuff. And if this is going to be, if this is going to stand out for all the wrong reasons, I'm just going to pass on it because I'm already invested in the Clone Wars style of these figures. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of collectors are already there. We bought tons of the 501st, and now we're going to get one that's slightly different color that's not going to mesh with the rest of our collection. It just seems like this one's going to be a peg warmer. At least in my opinion, I just don't see this one selling. Maybe someone will buy it, but this is going to be one of those figures that someone's going to take a loss on it automatically the second they buy this one. It is what it is. Hot Toys is going to Hot Toys.
16 Star Wars Pimpazoid says, I am getting 4 of these for my Kenobi display. That's cool. So it's funny that you
found the guy who's going to get the 4.
Yeah, no. It's funny. Bev says, pass for me. He's passing. It's funny you bring up Mike because we had a discussion in the group actually when I think it was, I forget who posted. I don't know if it was me or somebody else. But we started talking about this release this announcement specifically, and he was very angry, right off the bat about this thing. And, that's his opinion, that's his prerogative to be angry and to dislike it. And, and he also posted things that Hot Toys has teased that they never released yet. But my point is, he's a person who has a tendency of, and him specifically, and I'm talking, about him because we had the discussion earlier and he's my friend and, it's not like I'm saying anything negative or bad, but I'm pointing out the fact that somebody like that with such a big collection, and not only such a big collection, but somebody that I didn't even know was a, what do you call it? An army builder. Okay. You guys saw the video of his collection. You saw how many of the Force Awakens troopers he had just on one shelf. It was about like 8 to 10. So it's crazy that, there are people who feel this way about a figure like this being announced, yet they're army builders. You know what I mean? So my thing is, again, you could feel however you want to feel about it. There's nothing wrong with how you feel and how you choose to feel about anything. But the thing is that I found it funny because he was blaming me. He's like, oh, you justify everything that Hot Toys does and blah, blah. Meanwhile, I was being sarcastic throughout that whole conversation with him because I knew he was angry right off the bat. So I just kept poking at him with, literally just saying, oh, it's cool, it's different, it's shiny, it's a different color, just to mess with him. But he was so, genuinely angry about this because he feels like there's no need for this because there's so many other things that Hot Toys could be giving us. And absolutely. But the thing is that there are people who are going to buy this anyway. You know what I mean? All of us who get angry or get upset or get annoyed at the fact that Hot Toys is doing this to us, we could all literally, it could be hundreds, it could be thousands of us. Just literally, we are, as of today, we're going to stop buying these, constant repeats or recolored troopers or whatever it is. They're still going to keep doing it anyway because there are people who are going to buy. They're not catering to the people who don't like this. They're catering to the people who do. So you could see, and that's what I said earlier, the only way you could complain about this is if you don't buy it. Because complaining and going in a group and saying, oh, this sucks, and what is that going to do? It doesn't affect Hot Toys. It may create a thread where people are going to agree with you. But at the end of the day, it's not going to affect the business. Hot Toys does this because they have a business model. They have a business plan. So everything they do is not just, just out of nowhere. Oh, let's try this. No, this is all planned ahead of time, if not years ahead of time. You know what I mean? The show, for example, this specifically, from the Obi-Wan show, which was just a few months ago. So for them to do something like this, knowing that exactly what you said, D'Lo, the 501st was just released, and this was just an easy way of reusing the same bodies, because there's nothing different about this. It may look slightly bigger in pictures, but I can guarantee you it's not going to be any different. And you're repainting, you're glossing the paint, and you're changing the tone of the color. This is easy money for them. So if you don't want to buy it, you don't have to buy it. But for example, me, I bought four 501st Deluxe. I displayed 3. And of this, I'm most likely just going to get 1, because they look very alike. And even if you have them, side by side, you have the dark one from the Clone Wars. You have this light one next to each other, and you're not going to be able to tell which one's which and which one's from where. So they're going to look good together either way, So I don't think people should be getting upset about this at all. Again, Hot Toys is always going to do this. They're going to keep doing this. And the only way you can complain is with your wallet. And we've always talked about this.
And that's a good point. It's always going to matter if you kind of put where your mouth is, right? I mean, if you're saying that this isn't for you, then, don't go out there and buy it afterwards, let them know how you really feel. I mean, Fab's hit on a very good point there. Like they're not doing this by mistake. I mean, the first batch of the 501st from the Clone Wars edition ones, that was a big hit. We all bought those. I'm seeing a comment in here. Where did I say 1/6 Star Wars Pimp? I bought 14. I wonder, 1/6 Star Wars guy, are you the one that had the awesome photo where
yes, I
you
saw
had
that too.
Dark Side Anakin, and then you had all was that you? If that's yours,
that was
beautiful.
Yes.
That was beautiful.
Yep.
So good for you, bro. If that is the person I'm thinking of.
Yes, I saw that picture too. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, that looks amazing.
Incredibly impressive. So, I mean, that's a great use of it there. And he says he's going to do 4 with Obi-Wan. Good for him there. But, I mean, where I'm going with this here is just like, you're right. You vote with your money here, vote with your wallet. If this is not for you, don't buy it. And then guess what? Hot Toys gets the message loud and clear. Okay, we're not going to do this again. But we bought a lot of the first version of them. So, and they made a lot of other things like vehicles now, alternative troopers, Captain Vaughn's, Captain Jesse. I mean, all these other ones that are on the pipeline is because of how well the 501st did the first go round.
Right.
That being said, it brings up an argument, a fair argument to make here. Right. And the question I pose to you, Fabs, and everybody in the chat here is this simply here. Is it okay for Hot Toys to not make something? And what I mean by that here is that this one could have gotten skipped with everything else that's, that show has to offer as far as potential figures for us. But they elected to do this one here. Why? Because they have all the parts, they have all the molds.
Right. It's easy money.
It's easy money, right? Yep. But from a standpoint of just integrity on this one here, like we know you're doing it. Deep down inside, you need to know. You probably know that we know at this point that you're doing it. Like we're not blind to it. So and you have to hear the comments eventually, no matter how much you don't want to interact with the communities. The question I pose now, I mean, is it okay for you to not just make a figure for once and just try to help collectors out, finish out a line? I mean, what I worry about is a trooper like this getting put up for pre-order, and then something else that I want from that show not being made. That could be on my shelf instead. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So the question is like, do we have to make everything now?
So let me just say hello real quick to Tremble Dust. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here tonight. Eric, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. Nathan Henderson, what's going on, my friend? Let me see, who else did I see? I saw somebody else. Harold, my friend. Commander Green, what's going on? No, but it's true. You make a good point, because I mean, to your point, I would worry about that. I would have worried about that 4, 5, 6 years ago. At this point, I feel like they're making as much as possible, especially from Star Wars. You know what I mean? So I don't think that them making this is going to take away from anything else that they could be making from that show. But again, that's just at this point in the game. If this would have been, again, 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago, when they were not as big as they are, they were not as mainstream as they are, they were not mass producing as much as they are now, I would have been right there with you and said, man, they could have made something else. Why are they wasting more? Why are they wasting not only money, but, space on our shelves? We could have gotten something else instead. But, we have plenty of clones already, like you said. We have, the 501st were a huge hit.
And more on the way. It's not like we're going to be short in demand of having. We're going to have our troopers. We're going to get our alternate versions of the same troopers we've already bought. But I guess here's my concern here. Not my personal concern from that show. There's 2 figures I want from that show that has not been announced. And the more time that passes, the more I'm worried they're not going to make it. And Fabs, have you seen the show? Have you watched it?
Which one?
The Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
Of course.
Okay. Just double checking. All right. So anybody who hasn't seen it, I apologize. I'm going to spoil something for you real fast here. Now, they had a flashback in one of the episodes where Obi-Wan was fighting against, Padawan Anakin. They looked exactly how they looked in episode 2.
Yeah, they
Attack the Clones.
Yeah.
I'm desperate for those versions of those characters. I want those characters so bad. And the more time that's passed by, I'm wondering, man, I thought for sure we'd get them because we saw them in the show, but so much time is passing now, and now we're getting a 501st instead. We haven't gotten all of the Inquisitors from the show either. Some of the other ones that are big in the lore there. So it's just like, when I see a release like this, and I know there's other things that I want for after I've seen the show, this kind of sucks for me. You know what I mean? Like, I would much rather they announce something that we haven't had yet.
Flavio in the house. What's up, man? I think your what you're saying about that is coming anyway. I think though I spoke about those figures months ago, when the show was out, and that scene happened. They're gonna make those 100%. Just you wait. They have to. That's going to be their way of reissuing. And we're going to get into that too. But I think that's going to affect how they reissue Anakin. Because it's going to be labeled, Obi-Wan. You know what I mean? It's going to be from the Obi-Wan show, and they don't really have to change much. And not only that, but remember, he looked different. I think he had the ponytail. He had the Padawan ponytail too. So they're gonna make those as well as episode 2, I believe. They're all coming, in my opinion. I think they're all coming. It's just when, we don't know, but they're not gonna miss out on figures like that, especially now with them showing us this. You know what I mean? Like this right here is a big deal because number one, we know that Hot Toys usually likes to tease future projects within announcements, right? So if they're doing this is a sign that number one, it's in the works. Number two, they're showing you this under the Obi-Wan line. He appeared on the show as Anakin. It was a faraway shot, so we didn't see his red eyes. We don't know which version we're getting, but he was there, and he was there specifically dressed like this. He had the hoodie on, he had the cloak on, so he was 100% on the show.
Right.
The whole, with the lightsaber and stuff, that wasn't on there, but his presence was. So, a lot of people, just because of this picture, are now questioning or wondering, are they going to do this? Are they going to, is this a sign? Is this, does this mean it's going to be a reissue? Again, I don't think, and we're going to get to your point that you brought up before we started, Dilo, in a second, and I want you to talk about it. It's going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be labeled, obviously, Obi-Wan. they need the reason and the excuse to reissue this because of what it's going for on eBay and everywhere else. So
Right.
it's about time for them to do that. But D'Lo, specifically talk about and bring up the accessories that you mentioned earlier, or the
Yeah, I
lack
mean,
of.
right. I mean, what we're seeing a lot more these days is that these 2.0s that we're getting are they're lacking certain accessories just to kind of keep them a little bit different, just to, I guess, keep everybody happy more or less. People who own it and people who don't have it yet. I'll let was it the Mark 46 that was released recently, the reissue of that one there, stuff like that. So I'm thinking we're definitely going to get this Dark Side Anakin, and it's going to get announced pretty soon, I think. But I think we're going to lose a couple things. I think obviously the lava base is going to go. You're not going to get that one there. It doesn't apply in the flashback. But also you're going to lose out on other things like maybe possibly the black and gold metallic arm for Anakin as well too. I think that's something that's going to be missing in the box. I think this is going to be a straightforward release. What you see right here plus a couple of hands is pretty much what it's going to be. It's going to be a bare bones release, but you'll get it. I think that's the way it's going to come out.
Specifically, look at this hand. It's not the robotic hand that we got from the original one. And I just want to say hello to my friend Rick. Thank you for being here, my friend. Nice to see you here tonight. So it's what you said exactly. We've talked about 2.0s. We've talked about how I think at this point they're starting to realize at least that a lot of people aren't too hype about reissues, straightforward reissues. So what they're doing is making 2.0s by adding or taking away things. Example, like you said, that Mark 46, with that amazing base, but it didn't come with a Tony Stark head. Why? Because the original one did. So they're not trying to give you, at this point, I'm assuming, and by their action, it looks like it looks like it's true. They're trying not to give you the same thing constantly. And not only that, but they give you an amazing base, but they took away the head sculpt. With the original, you got a nice base, not that same base. You still got a nice base, but you got the head sculpt. So they're changing the things around to make you feel like if I get this one, do I really need to get the old one? And I think that's where they're headed at this point. Because we've talked about, plenty of times, well, especially with Hot Toys, they release the new one, whether it's a reissue. Well, we can't really talk about reissue, but if they do a 2.0, now I really need to go backwards and get the original. And a lot of people don't care. A lot of people seem not to care about that, again, specifically with Hot Toys. Right. They just sell the old one, let me get the new one, and that's about it. But I think that by them doing this is making, people who really are into, whether it's completing lines, whether it's, being real big fans of the movie, specifically, the figure being specifically movie accurate.
Right.
They're making these collectors now think, man, exactly like you mentioned. Now he's not going to have that robotic hand because that only came with the episode 3 version. So do I now go back and get that one because that comes with that, that lava base and the robotic hand and all that stuff, which again, it's a big part of not only Anakin, but that movie.
Absolutely.
Are you going to go and say, you know what, forget that and let me just go with the reissue from, not even reissue, the 2.0 from the Obi-Wan show? But now you're missing out. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's the same figure, but you're not getting the exact same thing with each figure. So are they getting smarter? We have to see if it's a constant pattern that they're going to do, continue doing this. And that's what we're going to be able to tell. Because the moment, for example, let's say your favorite movie is episode 3 and you love that Anakin, right? And you're like, well, this one's coming out, so let me just get this one because I love Anakin. But I love the movie. Now you're missing out on accessories specifically from that movie that make that figure what it is, and it gives that figure that value that it has.
Right.
Like Dylan said, this figure here, you're going to get Anakin, you're going to get Darkseid Anakin, but you're not going to get those specific items that you would get from the episode 3 figure that may be your favorite movie out of all of them, and you may be a fan of that movie even more than you are a fan of the show.
One thing I just want to add on to this here, like these 501st can be coming out just to kind of mooch off of the Darkseid Anakin being reissued. Because I think by itself, the 501st, these troopers, as much as some people may like them, some people may dislike them. If this Anakin doesn't get reissued, these things don't sell well. They just won't sell. But if they do this reissue, these things will fly off the shelves along to go with it, because everybody's going to want to put their troopers next to their Darkseid Anakin for sure.
That's a great point as well. They have to give you this because, again, why would you could put these troopers, next to Obi-Wan and Darth Vader, but that doesn't really go. You know what I mean? That doesn't go as the display. It wouldn't look as good as something like this would on a shelf. You know what I mean? So that's a very good point, and I think you're right about that 100%. I think this is their way of, again, hinting at the fact that this is coming, letting you guys know, get ready for this by showing you specifically this display because it looks incredible. You know what I mean? This is your Order 66 right here. And a lot of people have been dying to do something like this. And, I don't know if it was that guy. I don't know what happened to his comment. I don't know if he responded. But, that specific display that he made with those, 20 clones and Anakin, I think that when I saw it, I was like, that is beautiful.
That's art. That was art. That was using your figures and turning it into art. Hands down.
It's so clean, and the way he had it lit up, and it just looked like it was it was just a scene in itself.
Yep.
So this is how they get you to really, want to buy these things, because look, how many people see this and go, oh man, I want to put that on a shelf? Tons. Who wouldn't want this look on their shelf? Everybody. So I think that's where they're going with these little hints. And, I could guarantee you this is probably, the old Anakin. You know what I mean? But they're hinting that there's one coming specifically for the show. Let me see. I like this other difference between the clones. Where'd you read that? I don't know where you got that from.
Flavio's gonna Flavio.
He's gonna
go back to your bunker.
I don't care if the Accessory or digital. Well, so Thule makes a good point too. There's a lot of people who, number one, don't care. They just want the figure. Number two, they don't care about going backwards because they're going to have to spend more money. So they say, you know what? Forget the accessories. I just care for the figure, and I'm not spending an extra $300, $200 to get a base and an arm. You know what I mean? Or whatever else came with it. So that's another thing that affects, how people are buying these figures. But it's now it makes you think, though. Now it's like, man, do I really want to go back? And a lot of people do go backwards. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just you're going to have the money to spend. Austin, what's going on? Thank you for being here.
I think with everything going on with 2.0s and people being frustrated with what's going on with their 1.0s and all stuff, I think when it comes to a middle ground on the stuff here where your figure may not be worth what it was, but your exclusive accessory, someone's going to want to complete it, and your accessories are going to be worth more than what your figure is.
Yep.
I think that's the new way we're going with this here. Because the DX06, the Bespin Luke, for those who know which one that is, that Darth Vader helmet with Luke Skywalker, that used to be a really valuable accessory. Like, you can get almost a figure off of selling one of those things.
You're talking about for the that DX, that Luke DX?
Right, the new DX that's coming out right now. That's coming out now, the 2.0, compared to the DX06 that we have, which was the 2-pack with everything there. Plus, what was the thing here? It's the large spear type thing that Luke hangs from. I can't think of what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like something like that's going to be more that's going to be worth more than the figures themselves. Like that's what's going to be going on going forward.
Well,
Like
that's what's going to
1.0
compare. That's what's going to make
1.0 accessories are going to be worth more money than their figures altogether. That's where we're going to go with this now.
And which is why I always say exactly what you just said. When it comes to exclusives and special editions, those are the ones that will always. If you go on eBay right now and you look up the same exact figure, but you compare a brand new sealed regular version, collector's edition version, and a brand new sealed special edition, just look at the price. Go to an Iron Man, go to a any figure that has that exclusive in it, it's going to be more money, just period.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, we've talked about this again multiple times in the past. If you want something, if you want limited from Hot Toys, that's your limited. That's it. It's what you got to go for if you want something limited. And because of the fact that they're limited, they still hold more value than the regular version always will. Andrew James, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for being. All right, I'll shut up. Sorry. The Thor, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. This guy. Commander Wolf, Eric DX. Yeah, the DX, the from the show, right, Dilo?
What do you mean? You're talking about the DX what?
The one you were talking about, the Darth Vader with the helmet ripped off.
Oh, the DX06, the Luke Skywalker one, yeah.
Oh, the
2-pack.
Yeah, the first one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Star Wars a big rabbit hole for real.
Huge.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. So so that's the thing. I think that and another thing is, don't get crazy with stuff like this. Like this is something that I don't think is going to sell out anytime soon. I don't think, unless they're trying to like make it like, oh, let's not give them too much because we expect them not to sell a lot, and then whoever waits for But again, I don't know how many people are really buying these things to army build or anything like that anymore. Especially, I feel like at this point, people feel like they're getting played because they bought a ton of 501st from the Clone Wars, and it's like, man, like, do I have to do this again with these now? So I think people are getting turned or got turned off with this announcement at least. But it's not gonna stop. This is not the first or the last. And again, like Dilo said, I think they're using this to introduce this guy here, and I think by them giving you this picture alone, it creates the hype for the figure. Because if they were giving you just the clones alone, I think a lot of people would have been like, easy pass, and which they still are right now. A lot of people would have been, you know what, it's an easy pass. I don't see, it looks exactly the same. I think the reason why you think it's a little bit bigger, because look at the belly. The belly looks like it's a little fatter because of the gloss. And it just looks like a little bit fatter, but it's the exact same thing. There's no, you're not going to get a different body. You're not going to get a better body. It's got to be the same exact body because the clone has to do the exact same thing when it comes to posing, articulation. So you're not going to get anything different at all. You're getting a different paint color, a different tone of blue, and that glossy shine, and that's about it. So, by them showing you that picture, they have to, that's what's creating the hype. And I don't know, I wouldn't say backfired, but now it has people looking forward to Anakin more than this. You know what I mean? Because now they're like, yeah, it'll get them interested in this a little bit more, but I don't think necessarily, interested enough to be like, oh man, I need to get, a bunch of these. And yes, we just saw that somebody in here will. So again, there's nothing wrong, but I think that their goal was, man, it goes with Anakin now, so I need to get at least, 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever. However you collect, it's whatever it's going to trigger inside you personally. But that's why they, that was their strategy behind doing this.
Yeah, I mean, bottom line is, I mean, these are being these are where the money. Hot Toys is going to make their most money off of the troopers. They're simple. They're easy. They're cheap. There's no head sculpt requirement from them. They're paint jobs. They're just glorified paint jobs here. That's where they make their easy money. And I mean, don't get it twisted. Hot Toys looks for the easy dollar a lot. They look for the easy dollar stuff that they can easily repurpose and repackage and then eventually sell back to you there. But they knew they had the dark side Anakin because, hey, let's say even if you already own Dark Side Anakin or any other Anakin and you have them with your 501st from the Clone Wars, now they're saying like, well, now you can have them from the live action version as seen in Obi-Wan Kenobi. And you know what? Some people will have two Dark Side Anakins just to have two different types of displays to show it with there. You know what I mean? So I mean, at the end of the day, Hot Toys knows what they're doing. I mean, they're not going to put these figures out and let them go out there to die without giving us a little something to look forward to and putting it right up in the front. Good old Anakin. The one that everybody wants that nobody wanted when it was on on Sideshow collecting dust with coupons and no shipping like this guy when he bought his. But hey, everybody wants it now. It's all good. You're gonna get your chance to get it, and as an added bonus, some 501st troopers. There you go, some new ones. They're shiny this time.
And this message from the Flex One. What's up, man? Thank you for being here. I used to collect troopers. Now I'm done with them.
That sucks.
Because it's a lot, man. It's a lot, and you can really, there's so many versions and different, different clones and different, ranks and different guys. It's just like, man, like when are you really gonna when is it gonna end? Because it really doesn't have to end. You know what I mean? And that's why they get away with it. Gun is different, crotcher is different, midsection is different. Yeah, it's different now. You're seeing that now, but wait till you get it in hand. You know what I mean? You're looking at, you're comparing what they're, and I saw a picture, comparing the little differences here and there. Like, yeah, it has to be different because they're not, exactly the same. One is Obi-Wan and one is Clone Wars. But figuratively speaking, it's the same thing. Not literally, it's not the same, but it's the same clone. And another thing, another reason why I think, they're doing this is there's a lot of people who, for example, don't watch the Clone Wars. So therefore, they're like, you know what? I don't care for those clones. I don't care for that line. But now you have Obi-Wan clones. So there you go. So now they got somebody who maybe specifically didn't want to get into the Clone Wars because they knew that, number one, maybe they didn't like it, or number two, it was a rabbit hole, but now they got them with this. You know what I mean? Again, it doesn't mean they're going to buy, but there's a possibility now that, oh, wow, this is from Obi-Wan. I am collecting Obi-Wan. I did get Obi-Wan. I did get Darth Vader. Maybe this will look nice. And this is how they get you as well. I think the hands have different pattern. It's not going to be, I don't mean it's literally, the same exact thing. No, they have to be different because they're two different clones from two different worlds, but it's just, you look at them, it's the same exact thing. Like here, for example, this is black, this is white with little buttons. Yeah, it's not the exact same thing, but it's the same thing. Peyton, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. Which version do you prefer more with the 501st? I like the glossy look. This looks more battle damage, more rugged, which I've always said I love more battle damage anything. But I think the gloss gives it that little classy touch, because you're still going to have your little scuffing, your little scratch marks, your little, but the gloss, I think, takes it to a different level. And again, in my opinion, it looks more classy. Like I said, I bought 4 of the 501st Clone Wars. I'm only getting one of these just to have. I don't need to buy even 2 just because it's just going to take up more space. I already have the Cursant Guards. I got 2 of those in the back. I got 2 of the 501st in front of those. One with the Phase 1, one with the Phase 2, and then because I got 4 deluxes, I got the orange one, an orange helmet in the front. So I got those 5 taking up an entire D12 shelf. So do I need any more clones? Absolutely not. But that's what happened. People got hooked into army building with those clones, not expecting this, and here we are.
Yeah, I like both too, but honestly, I like the battle damage more personally.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
it looks more rugged.
they both look good. I mean, I like the improvements that they made on the new version here. I'm only thing is I'm just a little bit more of a fan of the darker blue than the more teal like blue. But I mean, it's accurate to the show. But yeah, honestly, I like my original ones more. I'm actually happy with those. So
Commander Green says, "Now I feel bad for liking these clones."
don't feel bad, Commander. You can like them, buddy. It's okay. We're
Yeah,
just
no,
grumpy old collectors. That's all, man.
I think these just mainly because they accurate. Yeah, they're not going to be exactly the same. That's not, I didn't mean that like, that they're going to be like, if you compare them, they're going to be like, the same. No, they have to be different. They have a different TMS line, serial number. That's not the point. What I'm saying is, when you get them, you're going to see it's going to be the same body, it's going to be the same everything. It has to be, it has to be slightly different, but it's going to be the same thing. And you can't even call it a 2.0 because it's not a 2.0. It's just a completely different thing. I like both versions. Yeah, no, I like them both too, but I like that. I can't wait to see what that gloss is going to look like in hand. Padme, yeah, that's another one that's eventually coming. There's a lot of things that are coming, but you have to understand, like I said earlier, they have a game plan, they have a strategy, they have a plan. You know what I mean? They have a business plan at that. They have to announce and release things at their, they have to have a reason behind everything they do. They have to. They're not just throwing stuff at us like, here you go, here you go, here you like. There's no way. They got somebody planning this out. They got somebody making these things. They got somebody, putting these together to be able to give us these images. So they're planning like what's going to come out in in a few months. They're doing it right now. You know what I mean? So they're always working on doing what's next, and it's up to us to buy or not buy. That's the only power we have. We could sit there and complain and why? Just wait for whatever you are waiting for. That's going to make you buy and that's going to make you happy because yes, to a certain extent, they've been listening to the complaints to a certain extent, but are they going to listen to everything? Have they listened to everything? Absolutely not.
And the big thing about Rick's question is like, where's Padme? Padme is and all these other main characters that we don't have, like Mace and everybody else, like Emperor Palpatine from Revenge of the Sith, or when he was a senator, all those like cool figures that we can potentially have, like they're all there. They're probably all done at some stage of like actually development. Yes. But this, look at what we're talking about right now, guys. Look at what we're talking about right now. We're looking at troopers, right? We're looking at troopers, but more importantly, that conversation of troopers is bringing up a conversation about a 2.0 about Anakin Skywalker 2.0, right? You're seeing the strategy right in front of you here. This is, if it was like, hey, we're going to give you everything that you want, then we're not talking about the same company. We're still talking about Hot Toys, right? So with Hot Toys, the way everything goes here, if they gave us every main character, every main person who means anything in these movies or TV shows, guess what? We would not buy any more of these troopers. We would not buy any of these other things that make them the money, because those things they probably take a loss on more than they do on stuff like this. So we'll get a Padme at some point, but it's going to be because we're going to get a different we're going to get a different version of one of the droids, like one of the battle droids.
It's coming.
Because we got the Geonosis droids. She's going to come out, but there's going to be a different version of the battle droids from a different scene or from the TV show, whatever it may be based off of. But then she'll be there to sell those. You know what I mean? You're seeing the strategy right in front of you here.
Right.
We got, these are 2.0 501st to go to 2.0 Darkside Anakin. She's coming, but she's coming if it makes sense with something else that they want us to buy too. Like, that's what you got to understand about it now.
Right. Exactly. And this, like exactly what you just said. This right here just showed you one of their strategies. So that's another thing. They may be waiting, like you just said, for something specifically to be able to attach her to be able to sell you on something else. Because they're not just going to give you something, which they have. It's not that it's wrong or bad or that they're not going to do it, but it's more convenient to do something like this. Because if they show you, for example, something next to Padme, you're gonna be like, oh wow, again, same thing. That looks cool, man. I need to get those too now. And I think that's how they get you. That's how they get you to be more interested in buying more of their stuff. It's not
Long
just
term, that is. Long term, that is.
to hook you long term, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But now you're expecting, like you guys now, you guys have, all these figures from all these movies and stuff. Why are you asking for Padme? Because you want to complete that shelf with whatever else you got from that movie. So this is how they get you waiting for these things. They give you one that you may really like, and then, oh man, I really want that one. And then here you are years later. Oh, where is this? Where is this? Where is this? Now they got you hooked waiting on this item. But in the meantime, they're gonna try to get you to buy other stuff while you wait for your main character that you're waiting for.
And you don't think that's true? Think about what Marvel's going through right now with everything on the Hot Toys side over there. Ever since Endgame, that's it. No one's really buying Marvel anymore. You know what I mean? People waiting for reissues of an Iron Man or a reissue of a Falcon from Civil War if they'll ever do something like that. No one cares.
Moon Knight was a good sale though.
Moonlight's dope. Moonlight's dope. I mean, there's some good stuff in between there. Hopefully, X-Men come around and stuff like that, and then it'll start picking up again.
No, they will.
But we're in this funky phase of phase 4 where there's not so much great stuff that we really feel the need to grab from the Marvel side of things. So, I mean, imagine if that was the case with Star Wars, where we got everything that we ever wanted from them, and now we're stuck with just, repaints and 2.0s of droids, etc. like that. Star Wars would slow down, just the way Marvel sales have slowed down for Hot Toys. So they understand that. They've seen that, what's going on with that side. They wish they sell more of those, but they clearly not. So they don't want that to happen to Star Wars. So they're doing stuff like this. So your Padme will come to be determined when.
Absolutely.
To be determined.
TK592, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. He says, it's freaking Star Wars. I love it all. Yeah, no, and you got the hardcore fans that will buy everything or like everything at least. Not necessarily buy everything, but like everything. Commander Grease, I'm just playing. Totally skip my last comment. Which comment? Which one? I didn't skip it. Let me see.
You have the power to see them all.
Yeah, no, I didn't skip it. His last comment was this one. JK, I love you too. Yeah, that's the last comment I have. Let's see. Here, congrats on getting your present to. Oh, thank you, my friend. Oh, I can't wait to open that thing. I have the I showed you guys the Asmus one last time, so I'm going to have them together. And I don't know if I should make a video comparing them. The Asmus one's very old, so I doubt I'm going to do that, but I'm definitely going to take pictures of them together. Thank you for being here, my friend. The new ones, rank the old ones. I said in the other stream, I missed out on Sideshow clones. I mean, the Sideshow clones is a different world, though. Like, you can't compare, and even though, like, it's crazy what they're going for still right now, it's not the same. It's not the same. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think back then, Hot Toys was making those bodies, which is why they're so great and they still last so long, and they're not falling apart, because I have a bunch of them. So they're still good, but you're better off, to go backwards now for those is not even worth it. You're better off just waiting for the Hot Toys ones. It's just better. Payton says, there's so many clones they can make. They're all coming. Believe me, if they're on the Clone Wars, they're coming. If they're on, any other movie, they're coming. If they're on any other show, they're coming. So everything's coming. You know what I mean?
It's a license to print money. It's just not. It's a question of when. That's all at this point there.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure you'll get your wolf pack before whoever said about Padme gets their Padme. I'll tell you that. You'll get your wolf pack first.
Like, again, if this would have been 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago, I would have been like, you're out of your mind. Padme's never coming, because, again, they were not printing figures like they are now. They were not making not only, as many, but how quickly. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we complain that, we got to wait a year, but you have to remember, like, they didn't come out like that, not as often. And now you get delays, but then you get figures coming out sooner than expected. So, it balances out to a certain extent, but believe me, at this point, and we've spoken about as well, that they've made, apparently they acquired, more factories or bigger factory. So everything's coming. Everything's coming. Everything that was teased at some point is coming. They wouldn't tease it if they're not going to give it to us. In the past, absolutely. They were trying to see if people were interested in these things, and not a lot of people were in the hobby to begin with. But now this is so mainstream that it's all. I think it's all coming. I'm calling it right now. Ever Return of the.
I would love that. I would buy that in a second, Rick.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool. I've talked about this months ago as well. That would be a great DX. The two outfits and and actually it's funny. I specifically said that I would buy two of those because you have to be able to display the Chancellor and
For sure. I would totally. Yeah,
So
I'd
yeah,
take out the checkbook for that one.
We spoke about this. I spoke about this, on previous streams, many months ago. So it's definitely a great call because it's. I think it's inevitable. I think that a lot of people would be very happy with that. Again, a lot of people want these main characters, main villains. So especially Palpatine. Like look at Palpatine right now. People are looking for this Palpatine like crazy. With or without the chair. It got to the point where, the third-party company made the outfit, for you to kit bash. All you need is to buy the body, and there you go. So it's a popular character, to that people want very, very badly. I say my lane was army build. Yeah. Yeah, you got you gotta do what's best for you. Always.
If that's your focus, good for you, man.
Always, yep. Give us our Pamir. Imagine. He goes nuts. The Thor pitch for release 2.0. That collector, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. Folks, thank you, Thule. I appreciate it, my friend. They could leave do a little crispianic. That's another thing. So what I thought, believe it or not, so there were pictures online when the Obi-Wan show was coming out. It was before it was coming out, and they showed Anakin, Hayden, and makeup, and his whole face was burnt up. So I was like, there is no way that they're not doing this version of Anakin or Darth Vader. And I said, we're going to get a deluxe with a throne. I said, we're going to get a deluxe, with different head sculpts. I said, and I still, to this day, I still think that's coming because there is no way that, or even like you're saying right now, a crispy version from episode 3, when he was completely burnt, like burnt. I think that's a possibility 100% as well. Anyone love the Ant-Man Arrow Hawkeye? Can't wait. Arrow Hawkeye. Which Arrow Hawkeye? Arrow Hawkeye. Oh yeah, that's
Civil War.
Yeah. Yes, I think I have it displayed with that arrow on it, with the arrow tip with him. Yes, that was a nice one. So yeah, so anybody, well, we know who, but a lot of people are passing on this. Does anybody like the fact that this is what's to come from Hot Toys? Just stuff like this constantly. Tell me in the chat if you're okay with this. If you're one of those people who don't really care and just you show them with your wallets, or you like to let them know with your voice. I still say we're getting invaded, but yeah, that was another one. That would be a great one too. That's a good call on that one. That would be a really, really good one.
That's awful. That's awful, too. Come on, man.
Crispy 3-pack. sounds like a potato chip bag package.
The hot toy.
So the next one, oh my God, we were an hour on that topic. That's how much of a hot topic that was. So the next one was the latest release, which I saw a couple pictures, a couple of people discussing, that there were some changes to the helmet specifically. So what do you guys think of this one? Did anybody order this? Is anybody excited for this one? Did anybody get this? Did anybody pass on this? Pagan says a bunch of people will be trying to sell their. Yeah, see, weren't we talking about that today?
We were.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier today, and I personally am not, the type of collector to sell my old stuff, for the new one. if it's a 2.0 and I really want it, I'll get it. If it's a reissue and I really want it, I'll get it just to be able to have the newer one. It's very, very common in the hobby that people will sell their old stuff to get the new stuff. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. If that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do. The reason I don't like that is because I like being able to compare the differences and watch the evolution of Hot Toys. There's a lot of figures that I have now that they've reissued over the years, and it's like, man, like just being able to compare and see how far they've gone and see the different materials and the head sculpts and all that stuff. It's like, to me, it's incredible. And that, again, to me, gives me more meaning to my collection. It makes it more meaningful to me. You have to, there's a lot of people that do it for the money. They recycle that figure to be able to just, for example, you sell your, and this is a bad example because the figure is so expensive, but let me give you an example. Let's say an Ant-Man that's not worth, a lot by any means. And, you bought it at $200 and you sell it at 150, 120, 100 to use it to get the newest Ant-Man. Now you're using that old figure to fund your new figure. So instead of spending, 240, 250, 260 on the new one, now you're spending, whether it's 100, 120, 140, rather than keeping the old one and spending full price on the new one. So I understand that it's understandable. I get it, but to me, that doesn't, is that something that I think about? Is that something that I like to do? And the one time I did it, which was when I first started collecting, I sold that very, very first Dark Knight Batman by Hot Toys. And, it's trash right now compared to, what we have now. But I wish I had it to be able to have all of them. So that's why, that was my lesson learned, and I never did it again. I'm okay with it, but still, yeah. No, they will. We'll get a bunch. This is perfect. Me, so many. Oh, that's awesome. Good. I have Captain Vaughn, Bo-Katan. Oh, good. That's awesome. Bo-Katan, it looks so good too. Sachi took the remainder around last order for Vaughn. I didn't receive a shipping notice until the first order. Oh, okay. So you're getting it. That's good. But this thing, again, here's another one. Clone Wars. This is just a combination of what? Cody's helmet with and Cody's,
it's Cody basically in blue.
Exactly. And that's the thing. This is your variant. This is your different look. This is your, it's going to keep, again, it's going to keep happening over and over. Look, you got, what's his name? Jesse. Jesse, yeah. You got Jesse, you got Rex, and then you got Vaughn. So, and look, it's literally the same thing, just this one doesn't have the paint down the middle. This one has the attachment here and here. Same thing for this one, but this one has the paint down the middle. So you're getting the same exact thing, just different ways. And again, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's up to you to say, you know what, Hot Toys, this is stupid, or Hot Toys, this is awesome, keep it up. See, same design here. You got here.
Yeah, this one here, I don't mind this one at all here. I mean, I know it's basically, like I just said a second ago, I mean, it's Commander Cody in blue, but he is a character himself. You know what I mean? And so for me, I'm okay with this because, he's part of a regiment. So, he's supposed to look like this there in a way. So I'm cool with it. Actually, I want this one. I'm going to get this one. And it's for a photo just like this one right here. Just sticking with the 501st with the Ahsoka helmet tributes there. And there you go. You got a nice little setup there. So I dig this one. I knew it was basically a repaint. I didn't care. I like this one. And I'm going to buy this one just because it fits the show.
And it looks cool. A lot of these figures, even though they're the same, like we've been talking about the whole time, those changes of colors in different areas make the figure look different, and it makes it look cool sometimes. So that's why I think that's another reason why I think people are okay with it sometimes, because it does look cool depending on what it is.
I mean, I got into the show very late. Like when it finally started hit Disney Plus, I was able to catch up, and I wasn't crazy about the idea of watching like a cartoon Star Wars, but let me tell you, the stories that come about because of the clones, you look at the clones totally different after watching that show. Like they are actual, people
Yes.
behind being just clones, and I thought that was a great story. So, again, this is Blue Captain. Captain Cody, I mean Commander Cody, excuse me, but it's Captain Vaughn. So I'm gonna buy it because it's Captain Vaughn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it's true, and it gives it. You have that character from the show specifically.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
yeah. Realistically, we know what it is. It's a
exactly,
thing,
exactly.
but it's like
It's a repaint, but to me, it's
right,
Captain Vaughn.
on the shelf. It's a different character.
Yep.
Captain War looks good, maybe for me. All three look good,
Yep.
absolutely. Each clone is a different character with different exactly. So
Exactly.
obviously that's why I think whoever does buy them, like I've never watched the show. I think I watched maybe 3 episodes and that was it. And I know there's apparently all these seasons, but again, I just like to collect Hot Toys, and if it looks cool, I'm going to get it, no matter what it is, whether I know about it or not. That's public knowledge at this point. But people who do watch the shows and do grow an attachment to these characters, I think it makes it more meaningful to be able to have them on a shelf and say, or when they're watching the show, wow, like it's cool. Like you turn back and look at your figure and be like, I have this guy in my collection. That makes the collector, that much closer, not only with the hobby, but it makes the attachment to the show more meaningful as well. And now you have, the trinity of, wow, I really love the show and I really love my collection because I got these characters that I love so much from these shows, and you connect the entire thing and it just makes it that much better, in my opinion. I can't wait for my one. Yeah, I'm waiting for one too. I can't wait for them to come out. But yeah, no, they look great. I mean, I display, like I said, I have my 501st. Only one of these displayed. Then I have my phase 1, phase 2. But to have this one in the middle is going to be sick.
Great shot.
Yeah, it's really
These
nice.
blog photos look so good.
And you get the holograms too. So look at that. It's like a Rambo pose. So cool. See, and this is what I do. Like sometimes, like like they don't come with a lot. Like for example, this one comes with what? The hands, the holograms, and the 2 guns, and this thing back here, right? So because a lot of the times you could only display them with like nothing, I would do like that pose with like the 2 guns. And obviously I wouldn't put them up like that because they're not gonna fit on a detail shelf. But just to have them holding the 2 guns, I think it looks more badass than just the one. If you want to have them in like a military pose, they're holding the 1 gun in a military pose. Yeah, that looks very classy as well. But I just, more badass with the 2 guns in hand. Yeah, no, it looks really cool. Look at
A
Rex.
great shot right there. That's a great shot. I can't
Yeah,
wait for that Jesse to come out, man.
Jesse's
It's
gonna
gonna be
look
sick.
amazing too. All right, so the next topic we're going to is going to be, let's see. So they finally started shipping the Toys Era Scavenger, aka the Vulture from Homecoming, Spider-Man Homecoming. Did anybody order this? Did anybody see this and said, you know what? I have the Jazz Inc. Vulture. I'm not getting this. Um, I personally have the Jazz Inc. Vulture. I ordered this though because of this, and I'm going to show you why. The Jazz Inc. Vulture all around is just that much better, but this is why I ordered it. Because what I want to do with this is display this right next to the Jazz Inc. Vulture with him holding the helmet with no helmet on, and just have him standing right next to him and holding the gun as well. So this is why I ordered this. I'm not going to display with the wings at all. I don't have room for another set of wings. I can guarantee you these are plastic. They're not going to be as good as the Jazz Inc. wings, which is what makes that figure what it is. That those Jazz Inc. wings are amazing, 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 amazing. The articulation on those things, the width, the length, everything about it. Like I've said before, that figure, when I say the figure, I mean the body of that figure. It's very, very basic, nothing fancy, nothing crazy. It's not that it's bad. It's just it's nothing that's like, oh my god, no, at least not to me. But being able to have now Michael Keaton's head sculpt next to that while holding the gun and the helmet in his hand, I think it's going to look really, really nice together. So that's why I ordered this. I'm still going to try on the wings. I'm still going to try on, take pictures of everything together. I'm going to have them both together to give you guys a little comparison. I'm not planning on making a video on this, but I'm going to definitely show you guys, what it's going to look like together. But I'm very, very excited for this. The Eternal version, the Eternal brand of this one was already released a few days ago, maybe 4 or 5 days ago, I believe. I didn't get that one just because I'm more comfortable with Toys R Us. I own Toys R Us. I don't know Eternal. It's probably a sister company.
You own Toys R Us?
Huh?
You said you own Toys R Us?
Yeah, I own like product of Toys R Us. Not that I own the company, jerk.
Just the way it made it sound.
So
whoa, big spender here.
So that's why I was more comfortable buying the Toys R Us brand, just because of previous items that I've purchased from Toys R Us, and they've been great. Eternal, again, I don't know anything about them, and like I was saying, these no name companies that, like, when I say no name, meaning like unknown names, they usually turn out to be like sister companies of bigger companies. So apparently, like, Toys R Us has they're like 3 companies in total, or 2 companies in total. Soso Toys has another sub company that Wincy is owned by Soso Toys as well. Wincy makes the Bob Marley, the Freddie Mercury, the what's his name? We were talking about the singer, the David Bowie. Those different figures. So they're owned by Soso Toys as well. So a lot of these companies that you may not know, they're owned by bigger, slightly bigger companies. So they use, their factories to make cheaper items for collectors. So anybody in the chat get this, order this, is excited for this, waiting for this. Thing, what do you think of this?
My thing is like, I'm just wondering if Hot Toys is going to make theirs. That's what I'm curious about.
What do you think?
I think it's a really expensive piece to make, and I don't know. I mean, everything looks good so far from the No Way Home lines. I mean, does Hot Toys think they really need to make this? Because they're making money off the other ones. I mean, isn't Electro like waitlisted already too?
Electro, yeah.
Well, do they really? I mean, Hot Toys will make this to make other people not buy this one. You know what I mean? And they haven't announced theirs yet, so I'm wondering if they're going to do it or not. It feels like if they're going to do it at this point, they would have said it by now.
Here's the thing, though. I think that the reason why it's taking so long now at this point, because they teased it not right after, but they teased it when all these were coming out all at once.
Right, exactly. That's why I'm questioning it.
So, I think that what they're doing is making it, or at least trying to get it, as close as possible to the Jazz Inc. one. But obviously, Hot Toys will focus more on the body aspect of the figure, the clothing, the accessories, and obviously the main accessory of this thing is the wing or the wings. But I think that they have to step it up. Like, for example, if Jazz Inc. had ever made theirs, because the one to follow and the one that is the big deal at this point is the Jazz Inc. one, and rightfully so. That thing is beautiful. Those wings are amazing. But when the other two came out, the Eternal brand and this and Toys Era, there's no competition between these two and Hot Toys at all whatsoever, and everybody knows that. But I think what they're doing is, because right now at this point there's no competition with the Jazz Inc. anyway. They sold it, they're sold out, it's done, that's it. So it's not like they're preventing anybody from making that money anymore. If that were the case, they would have released that or announced that or teased it at least, before the Jazz Inc. one came out, and that didn't happen. So I think that what they're doing is trying to get it as close as possible to the Jazz Inc. one, obviously without making it specifically, or exactly the same, and making it a decent quality where it's not going to feel like a cheap plastic. Because I can guarantee you, these wings, this and the Eternal wings, are going to feel like straight plastic. You know what I mean? Like straight, like
yeah,
cheap.
you're probably right.
No, and I think that's where it's going. So I'm not saying they're going to go die cast with the wings by any means, but they're going to give us a material that it's going to feel like, you know what? I'm glad I waited for this Hot Toys one because it gets the job done. It may not be a Jazz Inc., wings one, but I'm happy with this because, again, Toys Era and Eternal are straight plastic. There's no doubt about it. And they may add, a piece of metal here and a piece of die-cast here. Maybe. I don't know because I didn't get mine yet. But I think that's why they're taking long with, giving us the exact or showing us the full prototype.
I think I'm just at a place now, man, where this figure should have came out years ago. That, like, if it ever does release, the only one I'll touch is the Hot Toys one, because like if I'm gonna, get one at this stage of the game, I want it to be perfect, and I'm just gonna play it safe. And like, if Hot Toys makes it, great. If they don't, I can live without it at this point. That's just how I feel about it personally.
No, and that's the thing, if it's somebody like you who's very picky, and not only that, but a lot of people really don't realize how long the wingspan is on this thing. Like, you could say, oh, you can measure it's, whatever many inches, and you could grab a tape measure and sit there and, oh my God, when you have this in hand, it's a different world. So for somebody who's limited on space to begin with, they're definitely not going to jump on something like this and just say, oh, I need the villain, let me just buy whichever. They'll wait until they're really, really satisfied with the piece that they're going to get, because that piece, especially, again, something like this, is going to be monumental to that collection because it's going to take up so much space. So
sure.
I think they're going to really, really hold off and say, you know what? The only one that's going to make it to my collection is the best quality one, and that's going to be Hot Toys.
Exactly. I think that's where my head is with this right here. I mean, it looks cool. I would like to have one there, but at this stage, it's 3 movies behind, man. We should have got it a long time ago. And it's just like, you know what? I can live without it. If it does come out, I'll only buy it if it's a Hot Toy one.
And and that comment you just made, 3 movies behind. I always expect Hot Toys to go backwards. Always. They always will, no matter what. So that's another thing. Guys,
they will always. I mean, I'm gonna hit on that. They will always go back, but you know what? They always do it when it's not convenient for us. You know what I mean?
They're not 100% because they don't care about. They just care about their plans, and that's my thing. You know what I mean? They're not sitting there asking us, "What would you guys like?" Never. They have their plans, and they have their ways of doing things, and they have their list of what's next and what are we going to work on next, and what is announcing next, and what's released next. This is all by design. This is not by coincidence or they just throw something out there. Never. So exactly what you said. They worry about themselves. They don't worry about us. If they cared about us, there would be, number one, customer relations. Okay, there would be some type of forum, some type of direct talk. There would be a survey done, directly with them somewhere. What would you guys like next? And give us 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 options, and whichever figure hits the most likes of how many people would like this, then that's when they get to work on. And those people who want that figure, just so they're not out money, have them either do a deposit, a decent amount deposit to take, for them to take us seriously with our wants as well. Because if you're going to start, voting on something that, oh yeah, I want this, but you're really not going to buy anyway, then a company's going to be like, these guys are voting on this stuff and not really, buying anything anyway. So why are we even asking them for their opinion? So
that's a good point.
I think that's a good, that would be a good way for them to really show us, you know what, or obviously not from Hot Toys, but from Sideshow at least, so that, obviously they speak for Hot Toys, to us. So when it comes to buying, at least, so having them say, listen, guys, Hot Toys is putting out a survey, for this figure, and whichever figure you do want, you have to put down a deposit, because the figure, and obviously if the figure loses, then you get your money back. But at least they know that you're for real about making this vote for this specific figure.
With these types of figures that are like on the potentially chopping block, but something we still kind of want to see, I think what Hot Toys can learn from HasLab is to just do something like that, where it's almost like a GoFundMe style kind of run of a figure there. So that way they're protected, we get what we want. And then once the orders are fulfilled, great. The people who wanted those got them. And then, hey, if for some reason, you need to sell your figure, guess what? You generated a grail by doing it that way. You know what I'm saying? So I think for the ones that we want, but Hot Toys is not convinced everybody's going to buy, do that and go the HasLab route and just have that funded by us and build it for us. And I think that would be dope for both parties.
That'd be great, because that what we call that Transformer, right?
Mm-hmm. That Transformer. I mean, the Razor Crest was a big hit as well too. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that they've done. And sometimes things don't get made. The things that you think would definitely get made, and people are like, no, we don't want it. And they're going to be like, aren't you glad we did this and found out before we put millions of dollars into this,
right,
to something that's going to sit on the shelves. So I think HasLab is the way to go with these types of situations.
Calvin, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. Thule says exactly, Hot Toys or nothing. Yeah, and I first and foremost, I'm a Hot Toys fan before anything. Period. Doesn't matter what it is. Hot Toys first, and then everything else. But
Fabs.
But because I collect, everything else, it doesn't. I don't need to wait for Hot Toys. Almost everything Hot Toys teased will be announced and released. The Vulture coming out. Of course, it's definitely coming. Carlito, thank you for being here, my friend. It's definitely coming. It's not about. And again, remember that the Vulture was done years ago. It was shown years ago on a display. They just happened to tease it again recently. But that thing, they've been talking about this. And I think the reason why it hasn't been fully put out for pre-order is because they're trying to perfect the wings and give us a good quality product. I don't think that it's not coming. But again, they wouldn't have had it years ago already on display and then re-teased it again if it wasn't coming. So it's 100% coming. Commander Crook says they always have gone.
Yeah, for sure.
They always do, and they always will. It doesn't matter. You could expect an episode 1 figure 4 years from now. You know what I mean? It's that's what they do. Insane One, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. So so that's the thing. It's they gotta make. Let me try to word. How am I trying to word this? They gotta make us. No, we gotta make them take us seriously. That's what I wanted to say. So by doing that, by doing something like that, setting up some type of a vote system where, all right, this is what I would like, and here's my deposit right away because I really want this figure to make it again. And if the figure loses, all right, well, we had 10,000 votes for this one, and your figure only had 500 votes. Then you get your money back because they're obviously going to focus on the one that the most people wanted. I think that would work 100%. Without you need a plan for the unexpected, budgeting for. Yep. True. Yeah, because you'll get a random figure out of nowhere. You're like, oh my God, I was not expecting this. And it happens all the time. What are you going to say?
No. I mean, you're pretty confident 100% that'll work that way, but I don't know. I think my HasLab idea is a lot better, but I mean that's just me. What do I know?
Oh, no, yeah, you're wrong.
No one's been collecting as long as you, Fabs. You know everything.
That's right. Thank you for confirming the truth.
100%, man. 100%.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%. Back in 08, we didn't have the slightest clue as what it was. Yeah, exactly. You just went, thank you. Yeah. Were you, Commander Crook, were you around back then, that long ago? Because I was, and that's 100% right. There was no, oh, what's next? There was no, let's wait for this. There was no tease. There was no, it was just up for pre-order, and that was it, as far as I remember. Because I've been collecting for a long time. I know everything. Right, Dila? So.
Sure thing, Fabs. Sure world. We just live in it, buddy.
That's correct. So the next
fuck you guy.
that's the next item that was just actually announced, and it's a pretty cool line. And one more thing, last Saturday I brought up a topic, and I completely forgot about. I don't know what was wrong with me last on Saturday. The whole stream was off. I completely forgot everything that I had to bring up, and I was not prepared. And thank God for what do you call it? For 1-6 Junkie was in the chat reminding me, oh, what about this one? Because I was like totally off. But one of the figures that I would love to see, and I think somebody made this again years ago, but it was like really crappy. A Ryo Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden. Whether it's
that'd be sick.
That'd be sick. From either the NES games, Basic Ninja, or the Ninja Gaiden Sigma line, either the first one or the second one. Those games are amazing. A Rachel from the Sigma line, from the Sigma game. Figures like that. Like, I would love, and that was the whole point of bringing up that whole topic, and I completely forgot.
I got one, but since you bring it up, I got one for you here, because I remember we were talking about your the stream that last one I was on. You were talking about your Asmus Devil May Cry line.
Yes.
Right. And I remember a game that came out around the same time from Capcom as well too. And I've always wanted a figure from there. You remember a game called Onimusha?
Yes, it was another ninja. It was with the powers and stuff. I remember.
Exactly. Did they ever make a figure of that one?
No, but they made something like it recently with that what was that name? It looks like Scorpion with the fox at the base.
Oh, Ghost of Tsushima or something like that?
Yes, it's pretty much the same concept, but it's not the same guy. But yes, the guy you're talking about had those orbs and the powers and the blade.
Yeah, that was a good game.
I have that game, I think, for PS2, I believe.
Yeah, it was a PS2 game.
Yeah, I think it was PS2. I remember buying it. I think it was the first one. And it was fun. It was like a Ninja Gaiden 2, same thing, but it was just, and what made him cool was the armor that he had. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That armor was so figures like that would sell very well, very, very well if somebody took it seriously and did the proper, did them the proper way. Commander Crook says, yes, I started collecting. Yeah, so he knows what it is. We started around the same time. I say 08, 09, and Hot Toys was not anywhere near what it is now by any means.
So that means Commander Crook probably knows more than you then, bro.
Probably. I hope so.
Probably knows more than you, man.
Yeah, teach me, Commander Crook. Teach me.
Teach this guy. Some humility.
So this make me humble again. So this figure here, okay. So Damn Toys made just announced Ada Wong. For you guys who know Resident Evil, who like Resident Evil, these are from the remake video games that are coming out now. I love the video games. My first game was actually Resident Evil 2 before even getting Resident Evil 1. Then I got Resident Evil Director's Cut, which was the first one.
I had that one too. It's a good one.
That was a good game. They're so hard games in the beginning until you get the the hang of it. But I needed to pull this up because these figures are really, really nice. I'm missing one of the Hot Toys Resident Evil line, just one guy, Jack Krauser. Can never find him for a decent price. So I said, you know what? I don't really need him. I have from the remake line one of the new Leons, and I have Claire on pre-order. So Claire, there's two versions of Claire for pre-order. There's one with the black pants on, and then one with shorts. That's the newest announcement. And they gave us a replacement for the knees because the knees are like if you bend the knee, it looks like a flap. So they started. I guess people were complaining. They talked about giving us a different types of legs. It's you don't have to get a different figure. It's the same figure, but they give you a different. I don't know if you could snap the midsection in half and just swap the legs. I don't know how it's going to work, but we're getting new legs for that one. So I have the shorts on pre-order. The Jill player, but.
I'm just the way you're talking about her legs and stuff. It just reminds me of like Forrest Gump, where he's like, Lieutenant Dan, you got new legs.
so she, she looks great. So I got that Claire coming, and so this one was announced, announced today, and I was like, oh my god! And the reason why I want her so bad, so they made two Hot Toy versions of Ada Wong. Completely different. One in a red dress and one in her regular, pants and red shirt or whatever. But the reason why I want this one is because of this. This look right here. I think this is
nice.
Yeah, this is like the look that I don't have. I have this one and I have the other one. But this look I don't have, and I think it looks really, really cool. So I'm definitely excited for this.
Yeah, did anybody with the ink pen? Oh my god,
right.
I love this.
It's sick. And another thing about for you guys, if whoever doesn't have any damn toy figures, they're very specific with the accessories. They're very good with all that stuff. They don't skimp out on anything. They'll give you look at this thing here. This is all accessories here, and you don't need all of this, but you get all of this. And they're not super expensive. They're still, around $250, $260, depending on where you get it from, but worth it, good quality. When it comes to the bodies, when it comes to the outfits, when it comes to the tailoring, when it comes to all that stuff, very, very good quality stuff. Like I said, I own a bunch of Damn Toys things. I own the entire Assassin's Creed Damn Toys line. I own, like I said, Resident Evil Damn Toys. I own military stuff that they've made over the years. I also own. So look at this. This is so nice right here.
No, Resident Evil 2 is my favorite video game of all time. So this is pretty cool for me to see this because I don't own any damn toys. I don't. So, but this Ada looks good. I mean, what she comes with too is so there's so much stuff. They didn't skip on nothing.
Look at this. Look at this look.
Yeah, it's good.
You know what I like doing too? Because sometimes when a game is released, especially something like Resident Evil, I'll watch people playing the game on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And especially those remakes, because I'm not gonna get the remakes. I haven't gotten any remake.
What? No, you got to get the remakes.
No.
You absolutely have to.
No, they look. I know they look amazing. I watched the first remake that they made. Now I think they're remaking or they're just remade Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, that's coming out soon.
Yeah, so I watched them and I'm like, these games look incredible. They look so much better, but I would never go and buy those games ever again. So I watch them. And
crazy.
I'm like,
I buy that in a heartbeat. I have all the remakes. I have the originals and the remake. I have the originals and the remakes.
See, I don't. Thule says, "Take him as your." Yeah, take me in. But yeah, no, those games are amazing. And same with yeah, they're so good. They're just so fun, and I don't like the whole scary aspect of it. But they were always fun. They were always super. The scariest game I've ever played, where Resident Evil was Resident Evil 2, and what was the other one? Resident Evil? No, it was just
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill. That game was the moment it got dark and the ashes started falling, goodbye, because you didn't know what was coming. That was super, super scary. Damn, those legit, in my humble opinion, especially. Yep. No, they're very, very good. Very good quality bodies, very good quality stuff. The amount of accessories you get, like for the Leon, forget it. You get everything, weapons, every single weapon that he has in the game. Again, they don't have to do any of that. They could easily give you a figure with a couple of things and then give you a second figure to give you the rest, and they don't do any of that. They'll give you, for every figure, they'll give you a ton of accessories for each figure. And they don't cheapen out on that.
Way it should be.
See, I didn't get those. Lone Survivor. Because I didn't play the game. I didn't play that game either. What's the game with the zombies? Like, you're literally running around. The zombies are just chasing you around, like quickly too, and you have to like strategize to try to get them, like, to run away from them, but they're always chasing you. I forget. Somebody tell me in the chat, because I was watching that video game too, and I'm like, these things are never ending. Like the zombies are never, and they're coming at you fast. It's not like, no, they're like running after you. I can't remember the game. And I was watching it a couple days ago. Damto's bottom military figure. Yeah, I definitely have some of those too. Those are great. To play. Yeah, I know. I believe me, it's not something that I'm looking to do, but when I watch them, I'm like, they look amazing. And you know what really bugs me out too? With the original ones, there was no pitch black areas where you couldn't see. Like now, if you don't have that flashlight, it's like pitch black. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm good. That's why I'm like,
I can't hear you talk about this anymore until you play the remakes. I'm sorry.
I watched them. Morbius is almost
weird. You don't watch video games. You play them.
Those I watch. I played more video games than you. Morbius is almost going on Sideshow. Thank you for that, Thule. Anybody looking to get him on Sideshow? It's running low. Well, again, we don't know if it's a trick or not, but who knows? I'll tell you what's scary. Dead Space, absolutely. Oh,
that's a great one. Dead Space is good.
I never played that either, but I know about it. I watched
that. That's scary as hell. That's
very
good.
Scary. Dead Space, I know about that very well. Silent Hill Remake will break me if good. The original was groundbreaking. Yeah, I remember playing the very first one, and that game was really fun, but scary as hell too. It's like, felt like you were never killing these zombies. They were always after you.
That's it. Days Gone.
Yes.
Like the guys riding a motorcycle and stuff like that.
Yes,
that's Days Gone. That's a good one.
Game, it looks incredible, but I could never. The amount of stress. Okay.
It is stressful. I played it recently. It is stressful.
Just watching this, I'm like, I am all the way good on this game. That Days Gone. Yeah. I'm like, nope, absolutely not. And I was watching it 2 days ago, actually. And the guy was on the bridge, on a little bridge, like a little concrete bridge. And he was tossing, I guess it was some type of, I don't know what he was tossing. It looked like a block. So he's on the bridge, tossing this down to the zombies. And they're all gathering up, trying to eat whatever it is or trying to, grab whatever it was. And once he got a whole bunch around whatever he tossed to them, he would throw a Molotov grenade and burn them alive. So it was like a trick to kill as many as he could, but they were still coming by the hundreds anyway. So it was like a never-ending thing. And I was like, when is this going to end? So I would not be happy playing that game because it's like a never-ending, you always got to run away, period. That's just the strategy. You could turn around and shoot them, and then a couple will drop, and another 10 will come after you. I'm good. I don't have the patience or the mental capacity to deal with something like that.
Look at that.
Oh, look at that. Yep, deluxe. Guys,
that's the one with the glider.
Yep. Did anybody not get this? Well, again, like we talked about last time, just because it's waitlisted on Sideshow or sold out on Sideshow doesn't mean you can't get it anywhere else. There's plenty of stores selling this stuff, and for cheaper than Sideshow at that. It's just people are feel more comfortable with Sideshow. You get your points on Sideshow. You could use coupon codes on Sideshow, but it doesn't mean you can never get it anywhere else. You could always get it everywhere else. So This thing is amazing.
I'm looking at it on Sideshow's website right now. I'm just kind of going through the Marvel list of like things that are waitlisted. It's kind of interesting. So, confirmed, yes, the Goblin Deluxe is now officially waitlisted. Electro is waitlisted. Classic Loki is waitlisted. Kate Bishop is waitlisted. The quarter scale Mark IV, interesting. That is waitlisted now. And that is the collector's edition. That's the one that doesn't come with the gantry. It's just the normal one. And also, Sideshow's website always gets jacked up.
Let me pull it up.
Yeah, that's interesting stuff there. Electro, right? Interesting.
Latest releases. Wait, here.
Oh, this is the one that's really surprising. Gilgamesh from Eternals.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they didn't make a lot of him or her. I could bet you that. Because I ordered him and her, and I was like, there's no way that they made a ton of these because the movie was not, amazing. Hot Toys.
The Iron Man suit of gantry. So the gantry that you can buy separately for the quarter scale, that's already waitlisted.
I hate that. Wait, for what quarter scale? Gantry for the quarter scale? Oh.
Yeah, so they sold the gantry separately as well.
Yeah, so let's see. Where do you find waitlisted?
I just click on the Hot Toys Marvel and scroll to the last page because that's where all the wait lists will be.
Hot Toys and Marvel.
Let's click on Marvel for now. Let's click on the second page.
Yeah, it's crazy how they show you this. I wouldn't think that. Wait, which one? This? No. Which gantry are you talking about? This?
Scroll down, bro. There you go.
Oh, I didn't even know you could get that separately.
Mm-hmm. You could. Well, you could have, apparently.
This is for which one? The quarter scale?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I don't remember that. Yeah, I wasn't even bothering with that. No room for that. And I'm going to regret it now when I get my module cases. Oops. Yeah, Gilgamesh. Look at that. Oh, my God. Kate Bishop already?
Yeah, she's been gone for a while, though.
Yeah, I think I did hear that. This thing is coming soon. I'll tell you that right now. He's gone. He's gone. Oh, Mark 7, finally. That's weird. She went. Oh, this is Endgame. Never mind.
Yeah.
I thought it was the new one. This thing is cool. I bought this overseas, not realizing they were having it here. Oh, look, my guy. Man, I can't believe I didn't get this thing. It's coming, but not from Sideshow. Coming soon. I can't wait for this Purple Rain suit. See, this third-party one I didn't get just because I'm like, you know what? Hot Toys is going to make it better. So, Kid has it. If you guys want it, he has it on his website for $100 and something. Man, it's a lot of stuff already coming soon. Waitlist open. Anybody want to rock it? Let me see who's in the chat. Nathan says, thanks for a heads up on Morbius. Had not a priority. Oh, awesome. See? That's why it's good for you guys to get involved and let us know what goes on. Because I don't navigate that website like that at all. When people message me all the time, I'm like, oh, man, thanks for telling me because I would have never known. I'm not on the website.
Did you know that Jared Leto, the actor, has the Morbius hot toy on his website, but it's autographed?
Yeah, they were selling them. They were selling a batch of them with the signature. I saw.
I'm curious if that's still available. I'm curious if that one's still available.
Oh, I don't know. Local Lou, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. I just want my cyborg. Yep. Everybody. I think everybody's waiting for that cyborg. Everybody wants to. I'm waiting for this thing here. This thing is going to be Moon Knight with Vision.
Moon Knight with Vision.
Look at this thing. This thing is going to be amazing. Look, you get the unicorn.
Yep. Gotta have the unicorn.
So nice. The eyes is what does it for me. The light up eyes, that gray, like metallic looking thing.
Yeah.
That's going to look so sick. Look at that. It looks so robotic. And I'm just noticing, look at the detail on the helmet. It's like, it looks like it's computer, like a circuit.
I mean, it's no different than the new one, the green and red one, no?
Well, you don't see. Yeah, no, it's the same exact thing, but white. But you don't see the detail on this helmet than you do here.
Yo, let me tell you, we should be talking about Armorized Deadpool right now, though. That was
we talked about it. We talked about it on when you canceled because you were too busy not being poor.
What the fuck?
We talked about it on Saturday.
Did you really? Oh, okay, well, you didn't talk about it with me, so I guess that it
didn't
really happened. It didn't happen.
It didn't happen. Wait, armor. Hold on.
That thing is so random as shit, but the more I see it, the more I want this thing.
No, this thing is beautiful.
I freaking love this thing. This is like, when I saw it when it first was announced, I was like, why are they making this? But that's kind of cool. And now that it's here, I'm like, I think I might pull the trigger and get this one. This might be like my random figure of the year.
It's super badass. And I don't know if you saw the other pictures. I think they're blogger pictures, but you could put Deadpool, like from the Deadpool figure, you could put the head in here and hold this as a helmet.
I saw that blog for somebody debunked it already, though. But
it
doesn't fit. No,
really?
It doesn't fit. Yeah.
Oh.
That's okay. I don't care because this thing is cool.
So nice though.
This has like such like a Gundam kind of vibe to it. There, you know what I mean?
It's such a badass. It looks
like
I just
feel like this actually makes the War Machine Punisher worth getting now, in my opinion. Like that, these two together would be so. Yeah, that'd be so badass to have these two together.
I wish I had the.
Oh my gosh! Someone read my mind. Yeah, Peyton just said exactly what I just said. It'll look good with the Punisher War Machine. Exactly. Yep. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It would look so good together, man. If they do like more characters like this, like I'd like to see a Wolverine one of this. That'd be sick.
Can you imagine?
I could. I just picture it all blue and yellow schemed out with the claws coming out. Would be sick.
Loco Lou's getting 2 of these. Look at him.
What?
How are you going to display him? What are you going to do with 2 of them? Let us know. No, this thing, I love this. How you could hook up the guns and make 2 guns out of the 1 gun out of the 2 guns.
I mean, just red and black. It's a good scheme, man. I mean, this guy.
I always said
is like legitly like gun, knives, swords maxed out. I mean,
yeah. You got blades. You got the swords. You got sai. You got guns. You got the sai, the blade, the swords. You got the guns.
Ooh, that's a cool one there.
And don't forget, you got the what do you call it? The special edition piece that they're not showing you here. This one, that right there.
Dope.
Where is it? There it is. Look at that.
That's dope. That's dope, man.
When I look at this, it looks like speakers. It looks like little speakers to me. But
you think those look speakers?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just see
that looks like Bumblebee's blaster.
See, I
think Transformers.
I think it looks so good though. I can't.
It is dope. This is dope. I honestly, the more we're looking at this, like I've been thinking about it all day. This is a figure I've been thinking about all day long. Like, I think I'm gonna buy this one. I really think I'm gonna buy this one.
What are your points?
I could. I mean, I'm gonna pull the trigger and just buy it. But I mean, I'm just like I'm trying to talk myself out of it, but I can't help it. It's too good. I really want this one. This fits nothing in my collection, Fab. Absolutely nothing, and I don't care. I want this one.
Nah, this is bad. Look what his Loco Lou's doing. Repaint one and next one.
That's a sick idea, bro. That is a sick idea. Someone put in there, what about an armorized Black Panther? Yeah, that's sick. I would definitely buy that one there.
You know what I was watching? I was just watching that video game, the Avengers video game on PS5. Somebody was playing.
Okay.
And apparently there's a mission on there with Black Panther. Like you got to do a mission of like playing him. He looks amazing. He looks incredible. He's got the Black Panther logo on his chest. It looks like an armorized, like it's not just a regular suit. It's like he has armor.
Right.
It looks so nice. I was like, oh man, if Hot Toys gets into this, forget it. That would make so much money. So there goes that idea of that armorized Black Panther. That would be freaking awesome.
That'd be dope.
Instant One, thank you for being here, my friend. Have a good night. And dream about. Oh man. Yeah, no, that would be amazing, Loco Lou. Armorized Deadpool for the win. Yeah, no, that's a good one. So, Collector, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. Sentinel made the Armorized Wolverine went to Australia.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
I've seen those little things. I've seen they look cool, but they're small. And this Apple fits like See, like I have, I already like figure out where this is going on my shelf, and it's gonna look. You don't even have to have anything Deadpool to buy this. You know what I mean? Like it's just
no.
It's gonna have so much presence just on the shelf by itself. Armorized Wolverine.
That's what I'm saying. Wolverine would be sick.
The arms kept falling while someone was trying to pose it with the accessory. Ooh, that's not good. So that means the shoulder joints are loose.
Nah, I think it'll be all right.
Uh-oh, not good. If that's the case, that's not good. Like the arms are flimsy, see? That's not good. Armorized Groot and Groot. This guy. What about they should have made a Venomized Deadpool. Oh, they did.
They did.
Well, they called it Venom Pool. No, you know what they should do? Let me tell you what they should do. They should do
Captain America Armorized. I buy that one.
Yes. Armorized Captain America would be nice. Let me see. Let me give you a good one. Let me give you a really, really nice one. How about an Armorized Doctor Strange with all
Armorized dark, like okay, all right,
like a sick like metallic cape or something.
But he's still got the cape though, right?
Yeah, like the cape. You make the cape cool and but not obviously not gonna be cloth. It'll be like some type of material that's like metal or whatever.
I mean, technically we are getting like an Armorized Doctor Strange. Don't forget we got that concept Doctor Strange with the Mark 50.
Armorized.
What do you think Iron Man is? He's armored up. That's his version of it there. Technically, it's already been made.
Oh wait, never mind. Yeah, no, but that's not what I mean.
I know.
I just realized what you were.
You're all about the armor. I was like, well, we're gonna get an Iron Man Doctor Strange
that's true,
soon,
that's
anyways.
True. Yeah, no, that's true, 100%. Let's see. Venomized Luke Skywalker.
Oh gosh!
Imagine
the embarrassment of this here. That happens. I leave Hot Toys. I'm never buying it if I see that announcement.
Yeah, truly. I completely forgot about that one. But I meant like something like this. You know what I mean? Not like an Iron Man. Something like this. Crazy, bulky, like not looking like an Iron Man. But yes, we have that.
This is more of a war machine than Iron Man. In fairness, I get what you're saying.
Correct.
I get what you're saying. Like it makes sense.
Something like that. Yes, because. That armorized Doctor Strange, it's literally a Mark 50. It's a Mark 50 with just his logo on his different chest piece, but it looks. I still I think I ordered one of them too. I ordered one. It looks great. I'm still gonna get it, but I want something bulky. I like bulky figures like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Armorized Black Widow, that would be a nice one too. Armorized Pepper Potts. Oh, they did her already. They did the Mark. What is it? The Mark.
I feel like an Armorized Hawkeye. Let's show Hawkeye some love. That would be sick.
You know what would make that cool? I think the colors, that purple and black together.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like that would be sick.
Yeah, that would be a great look for that. Think about an Armorized Storm Shadow. That'd be cool. Storm Shadow. I think any ninja would look cool. Armorized.
Yeah, for sure.
This is the Mark IV War Machine that Deadpool is in.
Is that really? Is that the same armor?
No way. This is not War Machine. This alone here is no War Machine, unless they change it around. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, the chest
Look at the
plate's a little
top.
different.
Oh, everything's different. This is not a War Machine. There's absolutely no way.
I mean, I know the Punisher is the Mark III War Machine repainted. That I know, but
yeah, no, this is
this
complete.
one,
No, this is different. If it is, I think we'll be able to tell. No,
I mean, I can kind of see it, but I don't know. I don't know. They definitely modded it up a lot more.
Yeah, they definitely. If it is, they definitely they tweaked it so it doesn't look like they're trying to cheapen out on stuff. Armorized Wolverine. Somebody.
Yeah, that's a popular one.
Armorized Hulk. Yeah, that's like him popping out of the Hulkbuster 2.0.
That's the only Hulk armorized I would ever want. I would want him busting out.
That's what I want. I want
that would be dope.
Yeah, he's saying it is. I don't know. If it is, it doesn't look.
I mean, I can kind of see it, but I'm saying it's definitely been tweaked a lot. I can see it.
Wait,
right there, I can see it a little bit more.
Wait, which one is it? He said it's the
Mark IV, it's the Infinity War.
Mark IV. Hold on. Hot Toys.
Fun fact about Fabs: he cleans the search history before every show.
No, actually, I don't use this at all. It's all on my phone. Pervert. War Machine. Let's see. Let's compare. Compare. All right, so here we are. Where are you? So, no, it's definitely modded because, like I said, this is the first thing that pops out. I've never seen any Iron Man figure with this, and it's not here.
No, but look, Lou may be right. That kind of looks like the Mark IV, but it's got a couple different pieces on it.
Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 ridges. Here we have 1, 2, 3, a little bit of 4 ridges here. No, it could be. I mean, it's definitely modded if it is. It's not, straightforward.
I think the feet are dead on the same ones.
The knees are definitely the same. Look at the knee. Look at the little here, and then look at here.
Yeah, could be. Could be. Yeah. I think he's right.
He's definitely right. Because look, you got these panels here. These little. Wait, is that them? These right here. See these?
Yeah.
Is that these?
Maybe.
Here?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh wow, yeah. So it's definitely modded, 100% modded. But they definitely use this shell, 100%. Local Lou with the call.
Being clutch.
The mods trick you. The mods on it trick. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And I mean, I'm glad that they modded it because to know that they're reusing. The same bodies just to repaint it and redo stuff. It's annoying, but no, that's awesome. Good call.
Yeah, they made it different enough.
Exactly. To not notice it. Notice it. Venomized Vader. Venomized Leia.
Oh my gosh.
They're getting.
I hope we don't go back to those days again, please. Please stop venomizing everything.
No, but so Venom, I love Venom. Venom is one of my favorite villains of all time. One of my favorite that video game. I don't know if you guys know. The Super Nintendo
Maximum Carnage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite Super Nintendo games ever. The fact that the cartridge is red was the coolest thing ever.
That was rare back then, for sure.
Yeah, the gameplay of it alone, the fact that you could choose to be Venom was amazing. Because there was not many of those games where you could, you were always the main character, but you were never like a side character, or you could never be a villain. But the fact that you were able to choose Venom as a player, that changed. I think that changed, and then they come out with another video game. I think it was a part 2 of that. I didn't know it existed until 2 months ago.
Why, did you stumble across the video to watch the game?
Yeah, it's exactly what happened. I was watching like I said, I watch games just like, when I'm bored and I'm like, oh, like just to remind me of like, when I used to play them. And I have Nintendo, Super Nintendo. I just, sometimes I'm in bed and I'm just, let me watch. So it was like, I forget the name. And I was like, what the hell is this? And I was like, get the hell out of here. I had no idea that it existed. I was like, there's no way. Armorized Wicked. This guy. Venomous. William. William in the house. Mark, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. I just got over for a catch. Thanks, my friend. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Planet Venom. Planet Venom. Jesus. Venomized William JP.
All right, so what do we got next, Faz? We covered a lot so far.
We got that. I wanted to show you guys. We talked about that. What was I just gonna bring up? I just said it's on Kit. Oh, this. Oh, it's sold. It's gone.
What's gone? What are you gonna show us?
The other Claire. The
other Claire.
Yeah, it's gone. Let me see if they have it. Hopefully they have it. Please have it. There she is. So there we go. So this is the new one. This is the
remake version. Yeah.
Right. They're both remake, but they just announced this one because this one has jeans on, and this one is the first one that came with the knees I was talking about.
So this is the classic one. Oh, I see the knees now. Oh, those are bad.
Well, this is what the Harley Quinns from Hot Toys are made like. See?
Yes.
So they replaced that body, or at least the legs, with new legs. I guess people complained. They were like, oh, these legs are ugly. So
they are pretty nasty.
Yeah, see how ugly they look? But, again, Hot Toys' Harley Quinns are the exact same way. Obviously, they don't flap as much.
Yeah.
But they're exactly the same. And so they changed them. But I was trying to see on Kit, and they don't. Let me see if I can find them on here. Rum Toys, Claire, Classic. Yeah, because I want to show you guys that they did this on their own. Again, I don't know how you can contact them and say, hey, give me new legs, but they did it on their own. Of course they don't.
Lieutenant Dan, you got new legs.
Yeah, no, they're not showing it, but
we'll take your word for it, Fabs.
I like to show because it's cool, that a company
$400 on eBay.
Yeah, this is eBay though.
What's this going for on Sideshow? $290. That's already on waitlist anyway, so.
I think that's why. So, yeah, I guess I can't show you guys, but they did change the leg. So I want to show you guys that. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to check on, because Kit has to have it on his page somewhere. And I will find it. Because it's not that old. Let's see. There's got to be an easier way to do this. There's got to be an easier way. Because he posted the updates. Which is why I love... I will go on Kit Chen's website before I go on Sideshow. Just because it's always cool. Yeah, there's always cool stuff on here. So I'm always like browsing around on it, looking to see if I find anything cool. I actually won $10 on the little cards that he sends you.
Uh-huh.
I won $10.
Nice.
Yeah, because I got my masked figure, so I opened. He sends you one with every figure you order. So it's so I won $10. I was so excited. Somebody won $500.
Really?
Yep.
Wasn't me, I'll tell you that much.
You can win 10, 20, I think 50, 100, and 500.
Wow.
See, this is what we was talking about earlier. Such a big character that they decided to go, do that. I got to post this. So I got the original one of this from another company. I'm going to post that later today. You guys are going to see. I want this just to go with it, but I'm like, I don't like the company. Icon Q, I don't know. Not that I don't like it. I don't know it. So I'm going to wait. That's a cool statue right there. Oh, what was it? The Bruce Wayne, the 1989 Bruce Wayne that I wanted to look into. I can't find it anywhere. See,
What,
this
the
is
Prime One Studios one?
yeah.
The
I couldn't find
statue?
it. Yeah, I couldn't find it anywhere last time on Saturday when I was looking for it. This I pre-ordered. This thing's gonna be bad. This is actually a 1/6 scale spawn, not as big as the other one. They kept it on. Look at this. How badass is this?
Dope.
That's cool.
Yes. Armorized Turtles.
Armorized Turtles. See, we forgot about those. Where is she? Where are you? What is this? Oh, he shipped mine too. I forgot. I finally got this, guys. I got it. So he shipped it today. So excited. Can't wait to get it. All right. So forget it. I'm not doing this. So I can't. It sent me right back all the way up. I'm not scrolling all the way down again. Let's see.
Dude, scroll up there. Show them the Lim Toys.
Which one?
Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, keep going right there. That
You
is
got it?
something I'm gonna buy this. Yep. I'm buying this here.
You played the game? I never played the game.
One of the best games of all time.
Yeah, I
It's
heard.
that good. It's that freaking good.
Did you get the first one? The first figure they made of this?
No, they did a second run. I got that one coming.
Oh, because the first figure sold out and it like shot up in price like crazy.
Yeah. Now they're doing a second run, thankfully, because the first time I was like, no, I'm not gonna do this in a hot toy, and then I was like, shit, I really want this because I love that game. It's one of the best games I've ever played.
Yeah, no,
It's like a damn movie.
I saw, and I saw parts of the game like you have a horse.
You're in the West, man. Yeah, man. It's
you actually get to ride around on the horse. I was like, oh man, that's awesome. Let me see if the photos are here. Maybe this is quicker.
I doubt it, man. This is everybody's photos.
Yeah, I don't think so. Nope. Bullkit. But yeah, guys. So I have my coupon code one time. Again, I don't get anything from this ever. I'm going to type it in the chat if you guys want $5 off. It's a one-time use code, so if you used it in the past, it's not going to work. Somebody actually William messaged me about it because he was trying, it didn't work. So unless you use it in the past, he said the code is working perfectly fine. On in-stock items only, $5 off. Here it is, the code. You put that in at checkout, you get $5 off. Again, in-stock items only, nothing for pre-order. It's not going to work. And again, I get nothing out of this. I just did it because, he's helped me out a lot over the years. Like I've ordered from him for many, many years already. And I've never had an issue with him. Anytime I do have an issue with a figure, coming broken, damaged, whatever, he always responds. There's no, he doesn't mess around. He doesn't give you the runaround. He's very legit. So if you're looking to buy, he got into Hot Toys within the past, I think, year and a half to 2 years now. He never did before, but you could get, Hot Toys from him as well. Everything third party, everything third party he carries except So Toys. If you order Hot Toys from him, you'll get them obviously way before Sideshow. And you're not going to get a brown shipper box from him because obviously they're the Asia only version, Asia release version. They're not, from North America. So don't expect the shipper if you do order from him. But he doesn't, he gets very limited pieces of Hot Toys. He doesn't get many, so you have to pre-order them most of the time. And we're gonna go to the last segment of, and this is Dilo's favorite segment because he likes showing off his collection.
My modest collection over here.
So what did you pick? What did you pick for tonight?
Well, this one was very special for me here. I wanted to, pay tribute to somebody that we recently lost here. A personal hero of mine as a kid growing up, and I just felt like timing of this tragedy here felt like it was the right thing to do. So I decided to make my figures of the week the Green Ranger and the White Ranger from 3-0 there. We lost our Ranger, our captain, our leader there, and it seemed appropriate to kind of honor him in a tiny way if I could there. Just was showing the representation of like what a big inspiration he was to me as a kid growing up. And knowing as a grown man, I still have your figures because you were awesome and you taught me a lot of great lessons in life, and I really appreciate all that he did for a lot of us fans of the show. So, as they say, once a Ranger, always a Ranger.
Very true. I actually, it's funny. He was my favorite Ranger. Before he was introduced, he was my favorite Ranger. Like everybody else, was always the Red Ranger. But then he got introduced, and even when he was evil, obviously for people who watch the show, he came in as evil first. And even then, I was like, that his suit is the coolest suit. Just the helmet alone, I was like, man, that looks so cool. And then when he got the white Power Ranger suit, man, I was like, this guy just gets the best stuff all the time. And I never watched it after that. Like, I don't know any of the the Zero or the with the vehicles or with the dinosaurs, or I never watched it after that. But this was like my favorite Power Rangers show, and he was always my favorite Ranger, after he was introduced, period. Rest in power. Very true.
All right.
So the figure I picked tonight was obviously, in celebration of the possibility that we may get this bad boy reissued, re-released, re-announced. And, specifically speaking about, we were talking about earlier with the accessories, I have both light side and dark side, but light side I have with the cloak and this one I just chose to display it this way because just to have it displayed differently on the shelf. They're next to each other, but I like this look, specifically with that hand that 99% chance that if they do reissue it, it's not going to come with it like we talk about. So this was my pick for tonight. Love this figure. Even if they remake it, I'm not getting rid of this. I'm never selling this unless I retire from collecting. Love this thing all around. I didn't want to use the the cloak on him because it's very, as you guys know, it's very baggy and it's very long, and I really wanted to display the hand, and so it'll kind of like take away from showing the hand. It'll cover it a lot. So I just have him like this. Can't beat those red eyes. And Dilo gives me shit because I stream in 720p and not 1080p, so that's where you see blur.
I'm like, what eyes? What the hell eyes? You guys can see that, audience? You see the fucking? I don't see eyes.
You see that red tint? Oh man! So this is my pick for tonight, guys. So also, I always forget. Got a raffle going on. 17 spots left. Let me show you guys real quick. what the choices are, because it's a Marvel, DC, and Star Wars raffle combined. $20 to enter. You could get as many spots as you want, and it's actually a lot of choices. So winner's choice. So you could pick. Let me show you guys real quick. You guys get these are the numbers available. So you have 1, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 21, 24, 25, 26. So those are the spots available. So you'll message me and let me know, I want spot this number, that number, this number, and then I add you. You send me the money, I mark you paid, and that's it. So these are your choices. So if you win, I do the raffles live. I run them live once they fill. So you could go back on my channel and see how they work. But let's say, for example, you win this raffle and you get to pick, if you're for North America, the US, free shipping. If you're, international, you're responsible to pay for shipping, but you could still play. And then obviously once it's shipped, it's not my responsibility anymore. You'll get tracking and all that stuff. But so here are your choices for this raffle specifically. Maybe you see something that may interest you for $20. If you win, you just got a full-blown hot toy for that amount. Obviously, some people play one spot, some people play, 5, 6. It's up to you, whatever you want, whatever, depends how many chances you like to take to win. So again, these are all your choices. So you could pick, whichever one of these. Once you win, you let me know. Listen, so these are third parties as well included. So you could pick, any of these. The ones with the X's are gone, obviously. Echo's included.
Brand new Echo.
Yeah, it's a brand new figure. Got some classics. Got some originals. So again, you win. You tell me, hey, can you give me the
Roadblock?
Yeah.
Old one right there.
Yeah, this thing is, classic now with G.I. Joe fans. And another thing is, you're winning the deluxe editions, the exclusives. You're winning, you're not winning the basic one. You're winning the ones that are worth something when they sell out. So that's another plus. Although everything that I have on raffles that came as a deluxe, that's the one you're going to be getting. You don't get the basic one. This thing is super cool. See the Batman. So a lot of people, 24, even if you play $100, 5 spots, and you win this thing, you just got a full, hot toy for $100.
Yeah, folks, think about what you see all the time on Facebook, all those BSC groups where everybody's selling things for dirt cheap. That's a good deal, no doubt. But it's used, and you're talking about getting brand new of that same figure for $20.
Sealed. Yep, you got some good third-party figures here. Got Winter Soldier, Miles Morales, Tank.
Ooh, dang! That for $20 for that one right there. Come on.
And this is a classic. This is a what do you call it?
A Toys Fair exclusive is what that is.
This is an Iron Man. This is an Iron Man. Hold on. Let me see. What did I do? Oh wait, no, yeah.
Edit your post. You don't want to edit your post. Out of that and just.
No, I'll do it from my phone because it'll mess something up. But yeah, guys, so that's it for tonight. Thank you guys for being with us, staying with us the entire time. For those who did, whoever stopped by, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. We appreciate it. We love being with you guys. My next show is going to be the International Collector Senate on Saturday, 9:30. D'Lo is not going to be around again. He's got to work to pay for these figures. So
shaking what my mama gave me on a Saturday night. You guys use your better judgment. What do you think I do on my weekends?
So, guys, again, thank you. Thank you all for being here. Truly, my friend, thank you for always being here. Guys, everybody who made it, thank you. And again, if you guys have any questions on raffle or any questions about anything, you can message me. I just hit another thing. I hit 10,000 followers on TikTok. I'm up to 12,000 and change. I think 12,400 or 12,500 already within a day. And I have about almost four videos over 100,000 views already. So I'm excited about that. Very, very cool. Finally trying to get paid by TikTok, but apparently there's a scam going on with TikTok. They don't really like paying their what do you call it? Their content creators. So I'm trying to figure that out. But they do pay. I think they do. I think per like it's like between 2 or 4 cents. And I have, plenty of likes. So yeah, so I'm doing that, and then I'm going to be opening up this bad boy right here. I got it today. I'm excited about that. So stay tuned for those pictures. Also, I joined Reddit. I'm in the Hot Toys group on Reddit, so you can follow me on there as well. I'm on TikTok under Fabs Figures, Instagram under Fabs Figures, YouTube obviously here under Fabs Figures, and yeah. So again, message me if you guys have any questions. Thank you guys again for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one.